Well, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, whatever. It's that time of year again for everyone to grab their favorite holiday flicks and get a little sentimental.
Now I have a machine gun.
Ho, ho, ho.
Normally, I'd present you with my top 10 favorites, but in light of the jolly season, I'm going to make it 12 this time around.
You surprised? Surprised, Eddie? If I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the carpet, I wouldn't be more surprised than I am right now.
So grab your eggnog and some cookies. Here's my top 12 Christmas movies.
Name? Kris Kringle. Name? Sinterklaas. Name? Père Noël. Babo Natale. Pères Nicole.
Topo Gigio.
Let's kick it off with The Santa Claus, the film starring Tim Allen about a man who inherits the role of Santa Claus. In short, the plot goes something like this. Tim Allen plays the role of a single father that witnesses the accidental death of Santa Claus. When he puts on the suit, he unknowingly agrees to a binding contract, or clause, that makes him the new Santa, and, well, that's basically the foundation of the film.
What does that mean?
It means you put on the suit, you're the big guy.
I always enjoy the comedy that Tim Allen brings to the table, and I also really like Judge Reinhold and his character and the exchanges between the two.
I think Charlie is conflicted at the moment.
Wow. Really? Boy. Appreciate your analysis, I really do. Boy, you got more important things to worry about, you know? Like where are you going to get more sweaters after the circus pulls out of town?
With that said, I have to say that this little kid annoys the hell out of me. In nearly every scene he's in, he whines.
I don't like eggnog.
And whines.
I don't want to eat here.
And whines.
He is too, Santa!
What a little brat.
Come on, Dad, I want to go too.
Stop it, Charlie. We're not going anywhere.
You never do what I want to do.
Would you please be quiet for a minute so I can figure this out?
Anyways, it's a very fun, lighthearted Christmas movie and kind of gives Santa a more technological, magical, and updated dimension than we're used to. I never checked out the sequels because, quite frankly, they look terrible, but I do dig this one. Next up is A Muppet Christmas Carol, one of my favorite renditions of the classic Charles Dickens tale. Muppet Christmas Carol follows the classic story pretty closely in a comedic fashion with narration by Gonzo and Rizzle the Rat. The entire film consists of a blend of Muppet characters and human actors, as any other Muppet movie. Ebenezer Scrooge is played by the talented Michael Caine, whom I find to be an excellent choice. In fact, he's one of the reasons why I enjoy this film so much. His acting is very believable, and even more so because he has to act with a cast of mostly puppets, making it a very challenging role. One of the other reasons why I like this adaptation is because it's a musical that's pretty well done. It's fun to watch the Muppets sing and dance like they always have, but on top of that, most of the musical numbers by themselves are really good. Good enough that I have several of them on my Christmas playlist.
'Tis the season to be jolly and joyous. With a burst of pleasure we feel it arrive.
Oh, there goes Mr. Humbug, there goes Mr. Grim. If they gave a prize for being mean, the winner would be him.
It is the season of the heart, a special time of caring, the ways of love made clear.
The story isn't anything new, obviously, but throw in the Muppets, combined with Michael Caine and a little comedy, and you've got my vote.
Oh, look! It's Ebenezer Scrooge!
Oh.
Looking older and more wicked than ever. I knew he wouldn't disappoint us.
Ho, 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 Vern. Merry...
I thought you said this Vern was a friend of yours.
Oh, Vern's just like that. He'll do anything for a laugh. Come on.
At number 10 comes Ernest Saves Christmas. To put it simply, when I was growing up, Ernest was the shit. He was everywhere and had a ton of movies. Out of all of them, this one has to be my favorite. First off, it's actually a really good story, and the acting isn't anything to complain about. It gives a very unique backstory to Santa Claus and explains a lot of elements that most people might have questions about, such as how he can carry so many presents in his bag. And then you've got Ernest, who is his usual goofy, oddball self, whom you can't help but like. And like any other Ernest movie, he plays several disguised characters that, along with some funny cinematography, just add more fun to the movie.
1 minute, you're a big, trapping, healthy man, and the next, snap, you're dead meat.
All in all, it's a fun movie with a sweet little story, and honestly, I think it holds up really well today. Check it out.
Air brakes.
And that about says it all. This movie is every kid's dream. An 8-year-old being home alone and getting to do anything he wants. This includes taking on a couple of burglars using a variety of booby traps, all of which work flawlessly. It's a classic kids versus adults formula that's been popularized for the past few decades. I was 7 when this movie hit theaters, and it's fun for me to watch this now as a grown-up with a different perspective. Back then, as a kid, it was always Macaulay Culkin that was the star, but now it's evident to me that the real stars are Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern. These guys play two of the most spectacular idiots I've ever seen. It's like any other hero film. The better the antagonist, the better the hero, and the better the payoff.
Hello.
Oh, and don't get me started on Devin Rattray's character, Buzz. Absolutely hilarious.
Buzz? Don't you know how to knock phlegm wad?
What more can I say? It's Home Alone.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
At number 8 is A Garfield Christmas. Now we're dipping into the childhood classics I grew up loving very early on. Since I'm doing just one film list, I felt it was only appropriate that I include the old animated classics I grew up loving as a child. And A Garfield Christmas is nothing less than a prime example of that.
Big fat hairy deal.
There's really not a whole lot to say about this one. It's a simple story about Garfield learning the true meaning of Christmas while staying at John's grandmother's farm. It's one of the shorter movies on this list. In fact, I don't even think it runs a full 30 minutes, but for some reason, it really brings me back in a sentimental way. I don't use this word very often, but it's cute.
Just permit me one sentimental moment here, will you?
Oh, fudge.
Falling in at number 7 is none other than A Christmas Story.
Son of a bitch.
Seriously, is there anyone out there who doesn't know this movie? It's become so popular over the years that there are cable channels that broadcast it all day over Christmas. It's greatly considered by many to be a classic, even though it was only released in 1983. Since most people know this one inside and out, I'm not going to spend much time picking apart the movie and explain why it's on this list. Instead, I'll just highlight some of my personal favorite moments and let them do the explaining.
Stupid furnace, dadgummit! Skates! Oh, for Christ's sake, open up the damper, will ya? Who the hell turned it all the way down? Again!
Fragile. It must be Italian.
He heard it from your son.
What?
Maybe it'll be one of those Spanish adobe houses down Coral Gate.
Serves you right, you smelly buggers!
Oh my God, I shot my eye out.
Oh, blast it! Toot, blurg, rattle, rat, camel, flirt, you blocker, rattle, beast, circle, rat! One sack, but rattle! Fire that bitch in! Papa says! Not a finger!
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.